Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Bookie Monsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday, March the 6th. And on Wednesdays, we look at the romances that are being released into the wild this week. And Keo just gave me a look like, who are you talking to? It went to go lay down someplace else. Yeah. Yeah, I talk to myself, Keo. It's okay. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Hope you had a good night. Quick announcements: no sprints tonight. I don't do them on Wednesday nights, but next time will be tomorrow evening at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern. So that's Thursday evening sprints, and then Saturday afternoons at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Good morning, Mary and everyone. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, mom has lost her mind. Yeah. And the way Akitas can look at you like, oh my God. Yeah, that's my emotional support person. And I'm stuck with her. Alrighty. Let me get rid of this banner and let's jump in. Stolen by the Billionaire. Romantic suspense with a twist. Twisted Billionaires, book number 5 by Blair Babylon. I think that's a made up name. But he's an intellectual. Look at his expression. All right. Romantic suspense thriller between an Iowa farm girl and the ex-Navy SEAL billionaire who kidnaps her. How did he become a billionaire is my question. I am an American Navy SEAL and I will not be blackmailed by a Russian mafia boss. Years ago, I parlayed a loan into a $1 billion crypto fortune. The head of the White Russian syndicate is demanding I pay it back in illegal military grade weapons, but I won't. I will not be responsible for adding to the misery of innocence. It's time to hit back at the head of the White Russian syndicate. So I kidnap the mafia boss's niece. Yeah, let's commit a crime. Who I did not realize is my best friend's estranged little sister, who he's never mentioned, not even once. Sarah is a sweet little hayseed right off her Iowa farm, but yeah, there's so much respect here. But when the mafia boss decides she's a liability to eliminate, she becomes my responsibility to protect. We're on the run, but with each passing day, with each attack I defend her from, every hotel room with only one bed, I'm starting to fall for her. The Russia mafia wants Sarah dead, and her brother's going to murder me when he finds out I've gone too far with his sister. Oh my. I'm going to close this tab on here. Sorry, closing down some tabs. Oh, yeah. Did my volunteer time yesterday, voted, and then worked on taxes all night long. Hence, forgot the ducky races and sprints. Still more to do, but made a good dent. Oh, how fun. Did you bring things home with you? Because it'd be hard to be at a Friends of a Library, at least a congregation of books, and not bring something home with you. Good for you for voting. We don't really have that till things are all over, so I think never mind. And then also said, "Oh, the raised eyebrow. He must be smart." Yes, but look at how he treats women. Oh, that's not love. Kilt Trip by Alexandra Kiley. Ready or Scott, dot, 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 dot. Globetrotter Addie McRae always follows her wanderlust. As a travel consultant, she jet sets around the world, anywhere but Scotland. When she's sent on assignment to help a struggling family-run tour company in the Highlands and save her own job. She's so giving. Addie packs away her emotional baggage and turns on the professional charm. Rugged as the land he loves, Logan Sutherland's greatest joy is sharing the beauty of Scotland's hidden gems, even if it means a wee bit of red ink on the company's bottom line. The last thing Logan wants is some American expert pushing tourist traps and perpetuating myths about the Loch Ness Monster, especially when Addie never leaves her desk to experience the country for herself. As they wage an office war, Logan discovers Addie's secret connection to Scotland, a handful of faded Polaroids of her late mother. Hoping for a truce, he creates a private tour to the places in the pictures to help Addie find closure and appreciate the enchantment in less traveled destinations, never expecting the off limits attractions sparking between them. But Addie's contract is almost up and magic won't pay the bills. They can't afford distractions, but how can Addie do her job if she hasn't explored all Scotland and Logan has to offer? I must be in a snarky mood. I must be in a crime mood or something. Let's go wage war on something. Small Town Swoon, Cherry Tree Harbor, book number 4 by Melanie Harlow. He's very proud of his bicep. Only in the movies does Hollywood heartthrob fall for the small town diner waitress. So when Dashiell Buckley returns to Cherry Tree Harbor for a wedding, I'm determined not to let my massive crush on my best friend's older brother hijack my good sense. It happened once before. Do not recommend. But when my hand is injured, it's Dash who steps in at the diner. The moment he realizes I can't afford to fix my car, he takes care of it. And when he hears about the way my toxic ex treated me, he refuses to let it go. Now it's not just his blue eyes and sexy smile that has me swooning. It's the way he wants to help me, encourage me, protect me. I can't resist. Our text messages heat up. Our phone calls melt all defenses. Just friends turns into just once, and just once becomes a distant memory. Night after night, he warms my bed, my body, and my heart, but it can't last. Our dreams have us on two different paths. Dash wants the lights, camera, action of Hollywood, and I'll always be a small town girl. If only I could be his. Well, at least it's not the Russian mafia. If You Hate Me, A Brother's Best Friend. What is this? Hockey Romance. Helena Hunting. A brand new standalone, hate to love, brother's best friend, hockey romance. You don't even need to read it now. Here's all the tropes. My new roommates are two pro hockey players. First, my F boy of an older brother, and second, his seriously hot best friend, who I seriously hate. This was a last resort. No one should be sleeping on a futon that smells like Cheetos and man sweat. But here I am trying to get my life together, and they opened their place for you. Tristan Styles is the bane of my existence. He never wears a shirt. We can't seem to stop fighting. He's an arrogant playboy with a filthy reputation. Sure, I had a crush on him when I was 14, but that was a long time ago. I know better than to trust him. I just need to survive long enough to find a new job and get a new place, and not accidentally let Tristan show me exactly how well deserved his reputation is. Blitz. This is a Treasure State Wildcats book, second in the series by Debney Perry. That's a name I have seen. And we're getting a butt picture. What a strange crop of romances. I know, give me just a beautiful dress one. That's all I want. A forbidden small town sports romance. A coach, a student. The rules were concrete. We broke them anyway. Hello. Out. A couch. The night I met Torrin Greeley was the night I learned how to lie. He was a Treasure State football coach. I was the star of the volleyball team. Coaches and students were forbidden. No kidding. My future was on the line, so I told myself it was only one night. That was the first lie. They got easier to tell after that. The lines blurred. The boundaries shifted. Our relationship became a game of its own. I don't care if it's college. It better be college. That was the first lie. They got easier to tell after that. The lines blurred, the boundaries shifted, our relationship. Okay, read that. A chaste smile, a knowing glance, a veiled touch, or a hushed kiss. We hid in plain sight. We were invincible, or so we thought. Neither of us saw the blitz coming until it was too late. Game over. The night I left Torrin Greeley was the night I learned how to lose. I have so many issues with that. You and I must be on the same page this morning. Snarky, not particularly interested in this group of stuff. It's just not love. Trouble by Lex Croucher, by the author of Gwen and Art Are Not in Love. There's a new governess at Fairmont House, and she's going to be nothing but trouble. Emily Lawrence is a liar. She is not polite, she's not polished, and she has never taught a child in her life. This position was meant to be her sister's, brilliant, kind Amy, who isn't perpetually angry, dangerously reckless, and does inexplicably like children. But Amy is unwell and needs a doctor. And their father is gone and their mother is useless. So here Emily is pretending to be someone she's not. If she can get away with her deception for long enough to earn a few months' wages and slip some expensive trinkets into her pockets along the way, perhaps they'll be all right. That is, as long as she doesn't get involved with the Edwards family dramas. Emily refuses to care about her charges. Grace, who talks too much and loves too hard, and Astor, who is frankly terrifying, but might just be the wittiest 16-year-old Emily has ever met, or the servants who insist on acting as if they're each other's family, and she certainly hasn't noticed her employer, the brooding, taciturn Captain Edwards, no matter how good he might look without a shirt on. As Fairmont House draws her in, Emily's lies start to come undone. Can she fix her mistakes before it's too late? Which reminds me, I saw a news article yesterday. Give me a good reason to see, but like better than that one. Now we're talking trouble. Speaking of shirts, yesterday there was an article that there was an auction of celebrity or say movie costumes. So actors' costumes from parts they played. And if you remember seeing the very famous and rightly so wet shirt scene from Pride and Prejudice, the miniseries, the best one, the one that's only should be watched. Although I do like the movie, but so don't tase me, bro. But that shirt sold at auction for $25,000. And as the news article said, and it's not wet. Well, no kidding. It sold for $20,000 and there's like a $5,000 fee on top of that. So that shirt sold for $25,000 to somebody. It's a great scene. I don't know if it's $25,000. I want that shirt that never mind. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, Skyland book number 2. Soledad Barnes has her life all planned out because of course she does. She plans everything. She designs everything. She fixes everything. She's a domestic goddess who's never met a party she couldn't host or a charge she couldn't lead, the one with all the answers and the perfect vinaigrette for that summer salad. But none of her varied talents can save her when catastrophe strikes, and the life she built with the man who was supposed to be her forever goes poof in a cloud of betrayal and disillusion. But there is no time to pout or sulk or even grieve in the life she lost. She's too busy keeping a roof over her daughters' heads and food on the table. And in the process of saving them all, Soledad rediscovers herself. From the ashes of a life burned to the ground, something bold and new can rise. But then, I was going to say, this doesn't sound like romance. But then an unlikely man enters the picture, the forbidden one, the one she shouldn't want, but she can't seem to resist. She's lost it all before and refuses to repeat her mistakes. Can she trust him? Can she trust herself? After all she's lost and found, can she be brave enough to make room for what could be? Yeah, it's kind of better. They could have gone for 50,000 if it would have exactly wet it down. And no, Colin Firth does not come with it. A Love Discovered by Tracy Peterson, first in the heart of Cheyenne. A Christian historical Western romance marriage of convenience novel. There again, you don't need to read it. Here's all the tropes. The heart finds its way when one least expects it, even in the most unforgiving frontiers. Invited by a friend to trek west and help establish the newly formed town of Cheyenne, Edward Vogel is prepared to leave the haunting memories of his wife and son's deaths behind him. The only problem is the corrupt new railroad town wants family men who can establish law and order, and desperation leads Edward to his friend Mary Beth with the proposition of marriage. After her father's death leaves her with no means of support, Mary Beth Kruger is in danger of having her two-year-old half sister taken from her. So she has a child with her, but it's not hers, so she's still chaste, so it's okay. So when Edward Vogel, the widower husband of her late best friend, offers her a marriage of convenience to escape both their troubles, she has no choice but to accept. You always have a choice. Life in Cheyenne is fraught with danger, but will this arrangement be enough to save Edward and Mary Beth from the past they tried to escape, or will life with each other be put them and their hearts in more danger than ever? A Lakeside Reunion by C. Chilov first in The Shores of Dora. A southern lake town full of elegance and glamour, in a story about family traditions, friendship, and a love that cannot be denied. Charisse Reese Devlin spent every summer of her childhood in the lake town of Mount Dora, Florida, where her days were filled with fun in the sun. Reese never realized that the idyllic haven hid a deep divide between the town's haves and not have-nots. Not until the summer she turned 17 and fell for Duncan McNeil, a boy who lacked the pedigree so valued by her parents and their equally well-connected friends. After her family squashed the budding romance, Reese refused to return to the place she lost her heart. Now, 10 years later, she's back to attend her sister's debutante ball and must come to terms with all she's missed. But the biggest surprise of all is that Duncan is now a successful real estate developer in Mount Dora, and time hasn't weakened the connection between them. Behind the multi-million-dollar homes of the shores lay old grudges and secrets capable of collapsing any family legacy. As the summer progresses, Reese must fix the sins of the past by facing the lines between truth and deception, tradition and breaking free, and family expectations and self-discovery. I grew up in Eustis, 5 miles from Mount Dora, and know the Lakeside Inn very well. Oh, very cool. That is awesome. A Good Wolf is Hard to Find. Run with Wolf number 2 by Terry Spear. Agent Dylan Powers tracks the bad guys right to Roxy Wolf's ski lodge and finds love where he least expected. Agent Dylan Powers is on a mission in Silvertown to catch 4 men hunting illegally and put them behind bars. With his heightened wolf senses, he's right on their trail, but the hunters know he's coming. Suddenly, Dylan finds himself in deep trouble, nearly drowned and left to die until he's rescued by a beautiful she-wolf. When local ski lodge owner Roxy Wolf first found Dylan, her curiosity got the better of her. Who was this handsome wolf, and how did he end up in such dire straits? Things start to heat up between Roxy and Dylan as she takes him into her home to help him recover. But with the hunters still on the run, all of Silvertown is at risk, and Roxy and Dylan must team up to take them down before they can go on to explore their explosive mutual attraction. We still haven't gotten, whoa, a shirtless, beautiful dress, traditional romance. Lady Charlotte Always Gets Her Man by Violet Marsh. Hang on a second. Family Secrets. A brother's best friend's romance and scandalous mystery combine in this delightfully witty historical rom-com. Lady Charlotte Lovett should have never run away upon discovering her betrothal, but when one has been promised to a man who, rumor has it, killed his previous 2 wives, one does what one must. The only thing that can get her out of this engagement is proving that Viscount Holly is as sinister as she thinks he is. and the person who would know best is his very own brother. In many ways, Dr. Matthew Talbot is the exact opposite of his sibling, scholarly, shy, and shunned by society. But like his brother, he has secrets, and he doesn't need Charlotte exposing them in her quest to take down the Viscount. It only seems prudent to help her while keeping her from poking her nose in all the wrong places. But as they put their hearts at risk to grow closer to each other, they are also getting closer to a dangerous confrontation with Holly. Hostile Territory, Shadow Team Book Number 5 by Lindsay McKenna. They decided a man couldn't handle this assignment, Sergeant, so they sent a woman instead. Sierra Chastain works for Shield Security, a global security company run by an ex-U.S. Navy SEAL. Because she speaks Spanish, she's being sent undercover to Peru to line up with Special Forces Army Sergeant Mace Kilmer's hunter-killer team to hunt down a Russian drug ringleader who takes no prisoners. 3 out of the 4 members have no quarrel with Sierra except Kilmer, who runs the team. His snarly attitude doesn't get far with her. She's not afraid to stand up to a male who has misplaced his authority. Excuse me, okay. He is caught off guard by her rock-solid confidence. Never mind, Mace is drawn to her, man to woman. That is the thorn in his side, but he doesn't hide it, not sure what to do about it. How to treat her like any other military person and ignore her sex? He's been out of this green hell far too long. Mace doesn't want to like Sierra because she is a woman, even though she's a vaunted Marine Corps trained sniper. She's a team member and gets along well with his other 2 sergeants who respect and adore her, etc., etc. We're running out of time. Moving on, we've got a couple more to look at. Before I Saw You by Emily Houghton. Alex Gunnersley and Alfie Mack sleep just a few feet apart from one another. They talk for hours every day, and they've never seen each other face to face. After being in devastating accidents, the 2 now share the same ward as long-term residents of St. Francis's Hospital. Although they don't get off to the best start, the close quarters and Alfie's persistence to befriend everyone he meets brings them closer together. Pretty soon, no one can make Alice laugh as hard as Alfie does, and Alfie feels like he's finally found a true confidant in Alice. Between their late-night talks and inside jokes, something more than friendship begins to slowly blossom between them. But as their conditions improve and the end of their stay draws closer, Alfie and Alice are forced to decide whether it's worth continuing a relationship with someone who's seen all of the worst parts of you but never seen your actual face. And real quickly, An Inconvenient Letter by Julie Wright. Complications arise when Marietta's secret love letters are accidentally found by the wrong man. 1828, the London countryside. For years, Marietta Stone has harbored a secret infatuation for the handsome Frederick Finch and has poured out her deepest feelings in a series of passionate love letters that she keeps in a locked drawer. But when Marietta's private letters are accidentally delivered to Frederick's house, she must retrieve them immediately before they fall into the wrong hands. If the letters were read by anyone else, the resulting scandal would jeopardize her reputation. Gerard Hartwell has no time for infatuations, courtship, or even love. He must find a wife, because that has nothing to do with it. Remember the times. With a substantial inheritance if he wishes to save his late father's bankrupt estate. When he accidentally discovers Marietta's love letters at his cousin Frederick's estate, he strikes a bargain with her. If she helps him court her older sister Anne, he will return the letters and help Marietta win Frederick's heart, etc., etc. We made it. You know, we had such good mysteries yesterday. I suppose we should not be disappointed that today's romances were kind of, at least not up my alley. We can't have them all, but that's okay. So tomorrow we'll be looking at fantasy and science fiction. And tonight there are no sprints. I don't do them on Wednesdays. But I do them on Tuesday and Thursday evening. So tomorrow evening at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern. And then on Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Cross the finish line. Woo! Have a great day, everyone, and hope to see you later at Thunder Horse Descendant. Back at you, baby. All right. So I hope you guys have a good Wednesday. Take care of yourself. Drink lots of water. That's telling myself that because I'm bad. Um, I hope you're reading good books. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Have a good day and God bless.